Hello everybody and welcome to the United Community channel. Back again for another watch along. Today's watch along is Manchester United versus Norwich City, and three big points up for grabs today, especially after Spurs losing. Big result there for Brighton. But yeah, big game. Lots to talk about today. Fan protests going on outside Old Trafford as we speak. So far, all's been peaceful, by the sounds of things. But yeah, I think it's the first step in, I suppose, a number of different protests that need to be done, really, if we want to get the Glazers out. But yeah, big game today. We have the starting lineup confirmed. I want to just pull it up here. So it looks like, yeah, well, there is a number of changes in relation to our last game. De Gea starts in the goal. Dalot and Telles are two fullbacks. I suppose that was nothing too surprising there, given Luke Shaw's injury. Telles was always going to start, and I think Dalot has been the more preferred choice by Ranić. Centre backs then, obviously Varane is injured, so Lindelof comes in beside Maguire. It looks like from what I can make out, it looks like a 4-3-3 with one holding midfielder. I think Pogba is going to be the holding midfielder today, with maybe Lingard and Fernandes playing in front of him. And then your three up front are Alanga to the right, Sancho to the left, and Ronaldo through the middle. Interesting lineup. I think. What do I think? I think it's going to take a lot of discipline from United. I think it's going to take a lot of discipline from Paul Pogba, given the fact that he's the only so-called holding midfielder that we have, even though I don't think he is a holding midfielder. Yeah, so let me see. Yeah, so Paul Pogba as a holding midfielder is going to have to be very disciplined today. But overall, it is a team that, without a doubt, can go ahead and beat the likes of Norwich on paper. But again, over the last number of weeks and months, we've seen United have been completely inconsistent. So yeah, let's see. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of negativity around the club at the moment. But I think the last couple of weeks, I suppose, especially since Ten Hag has been so-called announced, I think the more positive stories have come out, especially with the likes of signings that are potentially being linked with United, also with the likes of Matic yesterday announcing that this will be his last season with the club. I think he's been a great servant, I suppose, for United. He's had a lot of good moments. He's had a lot of bad moments. I still think he's the best defensive midfielder we have. I think him coming out and saying that, I think, can be a positive thing, given the fact that, all right, I'm pretty sure we were going to be buying a defensive midfielder this summer anyway. But now I think the fact that he's come out and said he won't be here next season, I think it puts more pressure on United to actually go out and sign a defensive midfielder. A number of names being floated around. Obviously, Declan Rice is the number one target, and I think he should be. I think his asking price is going to be quite high, especially after the performance he put in Thursday night for West Ham in the Europa League. But it all depends. I mean, United, as far as I'm concerned, are going to miss out on top four, and the board have historically thrown a lot of money at the squad, in terms of recruitment when, we haven't made Champions League in the past. So, if you go out and spend 100 million on Declan Rice, how much more money are we going to spend? I mean, we do need, I think, a second centre midfielder. I think we need another centre back. I think we need a striker, and I think we need a winger, preferably a right winger. So, if we have 200 million to spend and you spend 100 million of it on Declan Rice, it doesn't leave a lot more to spend if you need 3 or 4 more players. Now, I do understand that we're going to be selling a number of players. I could see maybe 6 or 7 players leaving. I mean, Pogba's leaving on a free. Jesse Lingard is leaving. Matic is leaving. I think we should get rid of Martial. Cavani is leaving. I wouldn't be surprised if the likes of Eric Bailly leaves, given the fact that he was lied to and promised he'd be given more game time last summer, and he hasn't been. So that right there is 6. There's probably 4 or 5 more players who you'd be thinking that in the next 2 to 3 years under Ten Hag would go. McTominay, Fred, Wan-Bissaka. I don't think them players are going to be, gotten rid of this summer. You would like to get rid of them, but you wouldn't be getting, I suppose, replacements. You're not going to sign 10 players, but I think maybe four signings maybe this summer would be good. Maybe my priority would be 2 centre midfielders, a centre back, and a striker, and then maybe promote. Maybe not 2 centre midfielders, 1 centre midfielder, a centre back, a right midfielder, right winger, and a striker. And then you'd be looking at maybe promoting 3 or 4 of the academy players. I do see that there's 2 in the squad today, Garnacho and Hannibal. The likes of, obviously, James Garner is doing great things at in the championship with Nottingham Forest. You'd be expecting him to come back in, but it's looking like a big clear out throughout the summer. Let me just see. So again, protests going on in Old Trafford. I think the main protests, again, obviously are outside the stadium, but there is a 17-minute walk-in. So United fans with tickets are urged not to enter the stadium until the 17th minute in protest for the 17 years that the Glazers have owned the club. What do I think of that? I mean, it's a start, I suppose. I don't think the Glazers are going to be too fazed by it, but it's a start. I'm interested to see the stadium once the game kicks off, to see have many fans actually gone ahead and took up the directions of the protest. Players lining up in the tunnel as we speak. But it's going to be an interesting game. I think on paper United should be too strong for Norwich. If we can't be beating Norwich at this stage. We're also going to be keeping an eye on the FA Cup tie between Liverpool and Man City. It's kicking off at 3:30. So we'll be keeping an eye on that as well. But players coming out. So yeah, players lining up. Just checking the lineups of the City and Liverpool match as well. There's a good few changes on both sides. Stefan comes in on goal for City. Zinchenko plays. Fernandinho comes in to start. Jack Grealish comes in to start. Sterling starts. Jesus starts. Liverpool are gone strong. Mane, Salah and Diaz as a front three. Anyway. Now, but as far as I can see and what I'm looking at on Twitter, the protests seem to have gone off pretty peacefully outside Old Trafford. But yeah, I mean, this is a big game, especially since Spurs lost to Brighton today. I mean, it does. I don't think it opens the door for us, but it certainly opens the door for Arsenal again. I think Arsenal actually have a game in hand on them, and now they're. Let me see. I mean, that's a bad defeat. Yeah, Arsenal have 2 games in hand and they're 3 points behind. So, Spurs really did need to win today. They would have been ahead on goal difference if they had won today and Arsenal win their 2 games in hand. But, we have a game in hand on Spurs, but we're 6 points off. I think top 4 is, gone at this stage. But I think it is important to get at least Europa League. I don't want to be playing in the Europa Conference because, again, obviously you talk about the players you can, I suppose, attract to the club once you're in the Champions League. If you're bringing in a manager that, like Ten Hag, and supposedly you're going to be giving him a certain, period of time, 3-4 years to, rebuild a squad, you're going to have players there. If you're in the Europa League, you would be hoping we would only be there for 1 season and back in the Champions League next year. Again, that might not be the case. I think, I think we have to get used to the fact that we may potentially be in the Europa League for maybe 2 seasons, 1 to 2 seasons. But again, the higher we can finish in the table, the better players we can attract in the summer transfer window, of course. So, that's obviously the main aim. But yeah, players taking the knee here, just about to kick off. United playing from left to right, and Norwich kick off. Now, yeah, Langa seems to have started on the right with Sancho on the left, as predicted. Pogba in the 6. Again, Maguire seems to be playing on the right of the 2 centre backs, which is, again, this seems to be a tactic from Ranić. Maguire came out himself and said that he feels more comfortable playing on the left, but Ranić has obviously overruled him on that one. Ronaldo dropping out deep again to get the ball, and again Fernandes dropping out. I think he's going to be playing more of a free role. I wouldn't be surprised seeing him dropping into the 6 alongside Pogba a lot. But United have started well. They're keeping possession here in the first 90 seconds. Yeah, Pogba's in the 6. Lindelof gets a wide to Tellez. Sancho. Oh, great ball into Sancho. Squares it into Tim Krul's hands. Good start by United. Oh, Harry Maguire steps out with a great tackle. Now, Harry, what are you doing standing in the middle of the field looking at your... Pookie is in here. Oh, what a save by De Gea. I mean, United were caught in the counter-attack there so easily. Maguire steps out into the middle, into the Norwich half and makes a brilliant tackle, but then stands there and lets the ball go straight past him, admiring his tackle. Fernandes now with the ball on the edge of the box. Back to Pogba. He gets it wide to Sancho, around the corner to Fernandes. Cleared by Norwich. De Gea with an unbelievable save there. Pookie was in one-on-one. De Gea stood up as long as he could, and I think Pookie actually tried to dink the ball over him, and just De Gea stayed tall. Ball played wide to Telles. Telles with the cross. Comes to Elanga in the 6-yard box. Can't get it down. Bicycle kick. Straight down the throat. United have started well. I need to get my headphones actually. So I won't hit the stream. United are on the break here with Lingard. Plays a wide to Sancho. Lingard is on the overlap. Sancho cuts inside. Strike. Oh, great block. Now, yeah, Fernandes is playing very deep. He's nearly playing the second 6. Dropping out beside Pogba, sometimes even deeper. Pogba wins the free kick. 6 minutes gone. Telles with a cross. Oh, just too close to Tim Krul. Ronaldo was lurking behind him. Pogba wins the ball back. Yeah, United are closing down very well now in the opening minutes. Ronaldo with a shot. Another save from Tim Krul. Good start. United need to keep this pressure on now. Yeah, I mean, Norwich are sitting off. Oh, great pressure by Elanga. He's in. Ronaldo, 1-0. Sue. Brilliant by Elanga. Ah, and he does this Sue with him. Brilliant. Brilliant. Brilliant pressure by United. Well deserved. They've been pressing very high from minute one. So Krul throws the ball out to his fullback in his own 18-yard box, who plays it to the left full. And Elanga just hunts him down. Oh, it's poor. And all he does is square the ball to Ronaldo on the 6-yard box, and Ronaldo finishes beautifully. But yeah, it's all down to Elanga's work rate. Fantastic work rate. Brilliant. Yeah. Easy goal. But it's the easiest goal Ronaldo will ever get. But it's all down to the work rate of Elanga. Good start. And they both do the Sue. Elanga needs some practice. Tellez. I think it's important from United now not to take the foot off the pedal here. Pogba does very well. Oh, cleared by Norwich. United are really putting their foot on Norwich's neck here, and rightly so. They should be. Tellez again down the left is getting so much space. Gets to the byline. Sancho with the shot. Oh, wide. Oh no, it was Lingard. Lingard looking for a corner. United furious they didn't get a corner out of that. Sancho squares it to Elanga, who just steps it back. Oh, it's such a clear and obvious corner. Anyway. Norwich get it to the end line, cross in. And Dowell. United do have numbers back now. Oh, it's a very poor pass. United do have numbers back in shape. Press Norwich back to the halfway line. I mean, that's what United do have to be wary of. I mean, you know, as well as United can start, they do tend to go through these phases in games where they look so open and so vulnerable. Norwich just having a little spell here on the ball. Alright, Pogba. Pogba basically handled the ball to stop it going out for a throw. But I think it was just over the line. Yeah, there is still a good few empty seats in the stadium. The anti-Glazer chancer, Dallow has lost the ball and gives away a corner. Norwich haven't shrunk here. I mean, they haven't sat back even after conceding that goal. But yeah, this planned protest is up to 17 minutes, so we're looking at another 4.5 minutes here before the stand fills. But I mean, across from Norwich to the back post, cleared by Dallow and as well by Tellez. Tellez is playing well. Norwich are having a spell of possession here. Pookie takes it and he's smothered by 4 United players, and Pogba comes away with it. And then, Pogba played a 70-yard pass diagonal to Ronaldo, and Norwich nearly had another blunder there with defender slipping and losing it. Come on, Jesse, work. Yeah, I mean, United's press isn't as sharp as it was. I mean, we're not even 15 minutes in and they've already dropped off on their press. But Norwich haven't shied away here now from a game. Even after going 1-0 down, they're looking to get on the ball and looking to play. But United need to get another one here. Yeah, for Bruno Fernandes dropping into the 6 all the time alongside Pogba. But here's the problem. I mean, both of them then are standing still and not backing up the play. Offside there for Sancho. And it'll be a free to Norwich. But yeah, I mean, United do look sharper. Not just sharper than Norwich, but just sharper in general in relation to the last few weeks that we've seen them play. I think maybe, and it probably is typical of this squad that, the fact that the likes of Ten Hag has basically been announced that, players are saying, like, I'm under no illusions that Ten Hag will, if he's not watching this game now, he will see it at some stage. So these United players are, a lot of these United players are auditioning, so, and rightly so. I think they should need to audition. I don't think any of them should be guaranteed a place when the new manager comes in. I mean, Ten Hag is obviously going to come in with his own ideas. He's going to come in with his own players. So, we're looking at a big rebuild. So you're looking at, hopefully at least 3 signings, if not 4. So, a lot of these players are auditioning and should be pulling the finger out. Cross from Sancho to Dallow at the back post. Oh, I misjudged it completely. So obviously the 17 minutes have passed. So you would be thinking that everyone is in by now. Yeah, you can. There it is now. You see a lot of fans coming in now. And they have every right to be doing it, without a doubt. And I think the fact that they missed an early goal, I think will be the last thing in their minds. There's bigger things to be worrying about, and they are protesting for a more important reason. And that's to get the Glazers out. What good it'll do, I don't know. I think these protests do need to be sustained over a long period of time. So Tellez again on the left. He is getting a lot of space down this left hand side, and he's doing well. He's using the ball very well, and his crossing has been very good. He is linking up very well with Sancho. Yeah, there we go again. Sancho plays it inside to Elanga. Back to Sancho. Lingard on the edge of the box. Norwich will clear. Dalot gets it wide right with a lot of space. Ronaldo drops out to the edge of the box. Yeah, and United just keep possession. Smart play by United. Lingard. Now you have your overlap. Sancho to strike. Wide again. He had Tellez on the overlap there. That was on, but he cut back inside. Started it too far wide. Sancho with his shot. Anyway, so yeah, United are pretty much comfortable here in this game. But again, I thought that I think was it Stephen Howson said on his channel? Maybe it wasn't. One of another United channel I was watching throughout the week that was after the Everton game when United lost 4-0 to Everton. I think it was 2 years ago, and Solskjaer said that not many of these starting 11 will be here next year. 9 of them were still at the club, and 6 of them actually played against Everton last week in the defeat. So it just goes to show that the overhaul that United really do need. And how big of a summer it's going to be. It's a massive rebuild. But I think, it is going to be an important one. But I think Erik ten Hag needs to be given a major say in what the club does going forward, or what the team does going forward. Ball comes to Pogba on the edge of the box. He gets a wide to Dalot. Takes on the fullback. Wins the corner. Good play. But I think Ten Hag needs to be given the reins in terms of who he wants to sign. And, reason being is that he hasn't only built one team with Ajax, he's built two. He's got to a Champions League semi-final on a shoestring budget. So, I think he should be given the, free rein to overhaul the squad in the way that he wants to. Tellez with the cross. Tim fumbled it a bit. And Pookie takes it away. Oh, he finds a teammate one-on-one here with Dallo. Lingard helping out. Just stand. No need to dive in. Lingard giving away a free kick. I mean, this game is, nowhere near over. And, Norwich are, going to be causing some issues here without a doubt. But yeah, as we were saying, big summer ahead for United. Who do I think we should sign? Who shouldn't we sign? Well, I don't. The first thing I would say is that I don't think anyone at the club at the moment should feel that their place is secure, and that goes from everyone to Ronaldo all the way back to David De Gea. Yeah, I think well, especially if Ten Hag comes along and implements this pressing philosophy that he does. A great cross, Harry Maguire with the header away, corner to Norwich. But yeah, if he does come in with this pressing style that he has with Norwich, or that he has with Ajax, I think it is fair to say that a lot of this current squad can't press like that. So I don't know. It's it's going to be interesting to see, because Ranić is the so-called godfather of the gegenpress. So if he can't get this group of players to do it, I don't think Ten Hag is going to be able to do it either, which leaves us with one option, and that's to clear out the squad. So again, I would have no issue with that, as long as the players coming in are willing to, buy into the philosophy that Ten Hag brings to the club. United give away possession again. I mean, United really have took their foot off the pedal here. I mean, even after 15 minutes, after we went 1-0 up, Lindelof makes a run all the way. Ball comes to Fernandez on the edge of the box. Norwich win it back. I mean, Norwich seem the hungrier here. You know, they're not short of passion and desire. They're working hard. They're looking to win the ball back all the time. Oh, Pogba takes it away. Gives Elanga a run. Ronaldo's looking for it at the back post early. Doesn't get it though. Sancho. One moment. Sorry about that. So we have a weird thing in our house here, whereas if both tellies are on, one flickers on and off. So, and of course, it's my one that's been flickering on and off. So I have to go in and tell my wife to log out. Anyway, let's see, can we get this back up and running? And hopefully there's a web. And of course we've missed a goal. Ah. Right, let's see. Of course we missed a goal. Always. All right. Corner from Tellez. Great delivery. Ronaldo's been doing this for 15, 20 years. Getting ahead of his marker. Gets up first. Heads into the ground. Keeper doesn't have a chance. Great goal. Sue! Right. That takes the pressure off a little bit. You know, United are 2 up. Have they played well enough to be 2 up? Probably not. But, you know, we'll take it. But I think Norwich are playing well, given their limited ability. I mean, they're not the greatest team in the world by any stretch of the imagination, but you know they're working hard. They're not giving United an easy game. You know, I think if United had any sense of urgency, they could be maybe 3 or 4 up in this game already. But Norwich now with a free kick about 25, 30 yards out. They had it covered all the way. I want to just reset my timer here. Because it's since the flicker that I had with the TV going off, it's not synced, so I'm just gonna restart it once it lines up. Here's Ronaldo, wide to Lingard, gives it away. Norwich are on the break here. They have 3 on 2. United only have 2 back. Telles is all he had to do was give it to Pookie on the right and he was in on goal. Again, that's the difference, really. Lindelof did close it down well, but United are after getting caught very easily there with a 3 on 2. Shouldn't be happening. But yeah, I mean, just a wrong decision. I mean, it's not like Norwich haven't had chances. I mean, David De Gea had a great save from Pookie early on, and you know that should have been a chance there. You know, but it just goes to show how open United are. You know, I mean, we're playing you know, one of the worst teams in the league, and you know, now you're always going to give up chances, you know, during a game, but United still do look very vulnerable on the counter attack. But again, it goes back to what we were saying before the game started. You know, if you're playing a 6 there, I mean, Bruno Fernandes is not a 6, so, you know, he's never going to be expected to be so disciplined as to sit. But Pogba has to do it. I mean, Pogba dives in there for the counter attack. And when he dives in, he's instantly 40, 50 yards behind the player for a number 6. You know, and it's just not, he's just not disciplined enough to do it. And I don't know. Obviously these rumours have been going around that Pogba has been offered 500,000 a week by Manchester United, and when I heard it, to be honest, I was absolutely stunned. I mean, he, we've had him now for. Let me just update the score here. We've had Pogba now for 6 years, and he hasn't lived up to the hype. He hasn't lived up to the money. And we hear the same thing every week. He's all the potential in the world. Probably, one of two world class players that United actually have, but doesn't do it consistently enough. And that's the problem. Doesn't do it consistently enough. So I think, instead of taking €500,000 a week and giving it to him, take that 500 grand and buy two or three, young, hungry players who Ten Hag can mould into his own vision and turn them into top class players. I think that's the smarter thing to do, and that's what I would most certainly be doing. But it'll go to show. It'll come. We'll see whether Ten Hag will be allowed do this or not. United do love their marquee signings, and the Glazers doing their American football model of owning a club where, you might, Ronaldo with a bicycle kick. Their American football model of owning a sports team where, you don't have to win anything every year, but you have one marquee signing to sell jerseys, and, in the Premier League's case, you finish in the top four. You get your TV rights, you get your Champions League money. The Glazers are happy, and they're pulling money out of the club year on year. So, I think maybe a year or two in the Europa League is no harm. And it might be, a way of shoving it back at the Glazers. Because I don't think these marquee signings of, if we have 200 million and to spend when we're looking at such a big rebuild needed, if you have 200 million and you go out and spend it on two players like Declan Rice and Harry Kane, I mean, it's not smart, because you're still left with the bulk of a squad there that's dysfunctional, doesn't play for each other, very individualised. So, I would rather, in the next couple of seasons, I would rather buy 4 or 5 players every year, and give Ten Hag the reins of moulding them into the players he wants them to be. And that's the kind of rebuild we need. We've tried everything else since Ferguson left, and it hasn't worked. So, and you look at the most recent success stories in the Premier League in Man City and Liverpool. Obviously Guardiola in his first season won nothing. Spent a lot of money, and but got the players he wanted and moulded them into the team that he wanted, and Klopp done the same over a 4 or 5 year period. Sancho to the end line, squares it, just behind Ronaldo, and Norwich clear. Could have easily been 3-0 there. Yeah, I mean, there you go. You see Pogba's little nutmeg there, and it is world class, but it's world class, but it's once every 4 games, 5 games. For the money that he came from, he should be consistently getting, 7s and 8s, with the 9s and 10s coming, every few games. But with Pogba, it's been the opposite way around. It's been 5s, the occasional 7, 8, and now when I say occasional, I mean twice a season. But then, every 3 or 4 games, instead of having a 7 or 8, every 3 or 4 games he's having a 3 or a 4. And it's just not good enough for Manchester United. I mean, you look back at some of the players who played in that position. Obviously, Roy Keane being the most famous. Roy Keane wasn't... I don't think Roy Keane had the ability that Pogba had, but he's just done things so simple. He passed the ball forward, he worked hard, and, he was consistently 7-8 every week, And not only that, he obviously dragged the team along with him. And Norwich are in here. Oh, great block by Lindelof. Lindelof is playing well today, in fairness. He covered the ground very well there to cut out the block. Again, Norwich with the counter-attack, the overlap. Dalot gets caught too far up the pitch, and Norwich are in. And a squared ball to Pukki is blocked by Lindelof very well. Just gets his studs on it and puts it out for a corner. But Timo Pukki had a tap in there only for that block. So very well done there by Lindelof. He's not too happy about the support from his teammates there either, and how open they were left. But yeah, corner to Norwich, 2 minutes to go. And a header again cleared by Lindelof. Norwich retained the ball here in the edge of United's box. Deep cross. Fernandez gets a touch on it, does very well. Oh, it actually goes for a corner. He's unlucky. Corner again. Flicked away to the back post. Still hasn't been cleared. Pukki over the bar. But yeah, I mean, Norwich are having their chances here. Oh, Maguire, first touch there, and he just lumps the ball along and gives it away. I mean, he's just, Maguire, in a way, I have a lot of respect for him because he hasn't had it easy. I think he is the utmost professional. Well, Pukki is in here again, and here it is, and Norwich have scored. I mean, Manchester United are cut open again on the counter-attack, right on the stroke of half-time. That is so poor out of United. Lindelof is going absolutely berserk again with the right side. Let's see what happens here. So Pukki drops out to the United's fullback, and Dalot just opens his legs and doesn't put in a good tackle. Again, Maguire is sucked out. Let's see now. Maguire is sucked out, leaves Pukki behind him. Pukki just crosses to the back post, and Dowell has a free header. Oh, Maguire leaves his man. Oh, it's such a poor goal. I mean, for United to basically have dominated the majority of the first half, to give a goal away like that with a minute to go in the half, and just give Norwich, all the momentum going in at half time and all the belief is just criminal. Fucking. Ooh. Hanley did not even a free. Lingard looked like he was in there, and the Norwich defender Hanley did put his arm across Lingard's face. There hasn't even been a free given here. Let's see now. Oh, he does give him a slap in the mouth. He gets a finger in the eye. It would have been harsh, I think, but so we forgot really to keep an eye on the City Liverpool game, and Liverpool are actually 2-0 up after 20 minutes. Konate after 9 minutes and Mane after 17. Wow. Norwich are in wide here again. Squares it. Pookie had a free header on the edge of the 6-yard box and just scuffed it. Norwich keep it in on United's right hand flank. And Fernandez clears. Half time. United hanging on at half time, and boos echoing around Old Trafford by certain fans. I mean, it's criminal again by United. A lot of the possession, majority of the possession in the first half. 2 good goals, and give a goal away with a minute to go in the half and give Norwich all the belief in the world now coming out in the second half. Typical. But yeah, I mean, Man United have been going through the motions a lot, really. But yeah, I mean, going through the motions, got their early goal, but didn't really keep the pressure on Norwich. Just kind of again went through the motions. It's a typical real performance from United. It's not. There doesn't seem to be too much bite, too much enthusiasm. Obviously, it's hard to guess whether there is or not when you're not at the ground. But communication, Lindelof seems to be doing a lot of it. He's very animated there. He seems to be doing a lot of pointing and gesturing to other players, which is obviously needed. But, again, for United to give away a goal that close to half time again is just criminal. Absolutely criminal. But yeah, Liverpool 2 up at half time as well in the FA Cup semi-final, Wembley. And are these injuries starting to finally catch up with City? You have De Bruyne. I think De Bruyne is on the bench there, but obviously he isn't starting. But I don't think Kyle Walker is starting. You have Zinchenko playing left full, and Cancelo moved over to the right, but right, let's refill the water before the second half. One moment. Da, da, da. But yeah. Let me see. Do 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 do. Excuse me. Alright, second half is underway. Oh, Ronaldo's in here. Oh, drags his shot wide. Norwich player down. Nothing wrong with it though. I mean, Pogba gets up, wins his header. Just Norwich player kind of backs into his knee more than anything. So or what? Without a doubt. United are on the edge of the box here. Fernandez wide to Sancho. Sancho with the cross. Norwich cleared their lines, but Pogba recovers on the edge of the box with it. Gets it wide again to Sancho on the left. Lingard does well and wins the corner. Good start by United. Tella is going to take the corner here again. Come on now, Ronaldo, get your hat-trick. Poor corner doesn't beat the first man. Although it is pinballing in around the box. Comes to Pogba. Can you get it down? Lingard with a shot from the edge. Easy enough. Save from Krul. Hello. Sorry, just changing some settings here, guys. Oh, Pookie's in here. And it's 2-2. Manchester United do what they always do. Oh, I don't believe it. Manchester United again do what they do time after time after time after time, throwing away leads. I mean, look how much space he has in the middle. Plays through the lines and then a very nice ball. But Lindelof steps up where he should never be stepping up there. I think he's onside here. VAR are looking at it, but I think he's on. It is a goal, I think. Yeah, it's a goal. Fucking pigeons. I mean, 2 passes from defence to goal for Norwich, basically. A pass into the middle, and he was allowed 30 yards of space. And then a pass through to Pookie, who finishes at De Gea's near post. But again, United, typical United, slow, abject, just no fight, no enthusiasm. And Norwich are in again here. Oh, Jesus, only for that block he was in again. I mean, Norwich are definitely in the ascendancy here. United have just bottled it as they usually do. Again, United sideways, backwards passing. Maguire with the diag out to Sancho. Sancho cuts in. Fernandez with a shot blocked. Norwich retain possession on the edge of their box. Clear their lines. But again, a clearance up the field. Norwich win the ball easily. Pookie making a move across the pitch. Norwich are in again here. They have men over. Oh, and only for De Gea with an unbelievable save. Manchester United are living on the edge here. Norwich should have been 3-2 up. I mean, what are they doing? Absolute numpties. Great strike. I mean, you have to hand it to Norwich here, but David De Gea, like he does time and time again, has kept us in this game. Alright? Yeah, of course I'm still talking. What? No. I can't even go away. Just go away, will ya? Here. If you want... Do you know what you could do? Sorry about that. My wife and daughter sticking their nose in the door there. Sorry about that. Wife and daughter distracting me. Bruno Fernandes gets dispossessed there, but I don't think that was a free. He looks for it, but I mean, if that was allowed to play on, Norwich could have easily been in there. I mean, United are United just seem to be going through the motions as usual. Now here's Norwich on the break again. I mean, they're breaking very fast in fairness, and they're effective with it. Pookie is running the channels very good. United get numbers back. But you look at the difference between in the pace of the attack to Norwich compared to, United are so slow in getting forward. Alanga is a bit of it, but look how slow United players are in support. I mean, 15 seconds after the initial break, it's just not good enough. Tellez on the edge of the box, linking up with Ronaldo, who wins the corner. I mean, I don't know if United are going to score from play. They certainly don't look like they're going to score. You'd be hoping things like corners, I guess, again, are most likely chance of scoring. But they've been very poor this second half. To be honest, they've been very poor since they scored their first goal. Tellez with Ronaldo. Oh, what a header again! But Tim Krul just rooted to the spot. Ball exactly in line with him. Pogba's punching the ground for some reason. As he clashed heads. Pogba's busted open. Not much, but let's see what happens here. Harry Maguire. Not only is he destroying his own game, he just took Paul Pogba out with his own studs. So Maguire jumps for the header, goes off balance as he jumps. His trailing foot catches Pogba with his studs behind Pogba's ear. I mean, Maguire, will you just retire? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to explain sometimes. Pogba's not happy about it either. Matic getting warmed up here. Looks like he's going to be coming on for Jesse Lingard. And we forgot to change the score. But again, I mean, it's an interesting substitution that... I mean, look at that out with Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, outside of the foot passing and giving the ball away. I mean, concentration levels are just so fucking poor with this team. Bruno Fernandes gives the ball away in the middle of the park, and Norwich are in again, but they try. David De Gea is off his line, but he's never going to lob him from that distance. But concentration levels. Here's Nemanja Matic coming on now for Jesse Lingard. Now, the only thing I can see there is that if Matic is going to be taking Pogba's position and pushing Pogba further on into the number 8. But I mean, United really need to win this game today. I mean, we do want to be in Europa League. There's not a hope we're going to be getting Champions League football, but Let's go play by Pogba. Gets the ball wide to Tellez. Sancho. Back to Matic with the cross. Too close to Krul. Fernandez, edge of the box. 1-2 with Pogba. Fernandez. Oh. Sorry, it was Alanga. He had a 1-2 with. And here's Norwich on the break again. I mean, they're breaking very fast. United do seem to have the numbers back here, but I mean, Dallow's 1-on-1 here. Yes, easy enough for De Gea to clean up. But I mean, here we go. I mean, like Norwich get it wide down United's left side here. Across De Gea deals with it fairly easily. It was deflected off of Tellez. Now United have a chance to break here, but look at the pace of them going forward. They're so slow. Bruno Fernandes is jogging 20 yards behind the play. Paul Pogba is walking. I mean, no sense of urgency whatsoever. And United give the ball away again. And Tellez gets it here. It is going to be a United throw due to a deflection, but I mean, United are so slow. I mean, and look at Pogba again. Like, just so sloppy, giving the ball away. I mean, United just going through the motions as usual. Again, I mean, ball played forward to Sancho and just waiting for support. He does get it with Ronaldo, drops on the edge, back heels it back to Fernandez. But I mean, Norwich are defending quite easily here. They're getting numbers back in time. You know, United are not fast enough on the counter attack, and again, Bruno Fernandes gives it away. And you know, there you go. United give away a free kick. I mean, Norwich are comfortable here. It's just so slow from United. I mean, like, you know, like, obviously we're playing Norwich. They're not the greatest team in the world, so we are lucky enough in that way because we're getting the ball back relatively easily. But we're so slow. We're allowing Norwich to get back and regroup. You know, we're allowing them to close down the passing lanes. You know, there's no urgency from United. You know, no pace. It's just, it's typical. Typical United performance. Slow, mundane, boring. And if I was to be asked now, you know, with 20 minutes to go. Who do you think is going to win this game? I would say Norwich, the way both teams are playing at the moment. Yeah, Norwich are defending well. They're not under too much pressure. And if they could string maybe one or two more passes together in their final third, I think they would cause United more trouble. And they're in here. And there we go. A block from Dalot keeps him out. And it's a corner to Norwich. I mean, Norwich are looking the most likely to score here without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. Free header by Sam Byron in the 6-yard box. He heads it over. Oh, he just gets underneath the ball a bit too much. I mean, again, look, Harry Maguire static. I mean, Harry Maguire again. Just, he's like a fridge. Just absolute immobile. So United look like they're making a double change. Rashford and Mata are coming on. I think Pogba has to come off. And I would take off... Well, it's obviously it's going to be either Elanga or Sancho. Who do you take off? I mean, both have been poor. Non-existent. No end product. Matic with a ball through to Ronaldo. Just a bit heavy. Rolls through to Tim Krul. I mean, Ronaldo must be so frustrated. I mean, to get 2 goals like he's done, and to, still be chasing the game here with just over 15 minutes to go, it must be just devastating. Now, look, in saying that, United's goals, they're nothing to write home about. First goal was a huge mistake by the Norwich defender. Elanga closes him down well. Ronaldo taps it in. Second one is a set piece, so nothing to be writing home about. Norwich are after scoring 2 good goals. Obviously United should have been doing better, but they have scored 2 good goals. So under no circumstances are United the better team here. So big cheer / boo for Pogba coming off. And you know what? I'm fucking happy. Because I'm sick of him. I'm sick of his bullshit. I'm sick of his attitude. I'm sick of this alter ego that he fucking has. He hasn't done it in a United jersey. And you can smile and you can have your PR team and your social media accounts do this and that and the other for you. At the end of the day, the bottom line is he hasn't done it on the pitch for Man United. So take your 500,000, Manchester United, and shove it up your fucking arses and give it to a couple of new players who deserve it, who's going to fight, for the team a lot better than he will, because he doesn't deserve that kind of money. So United look to be going for it here. I mean, they're after bringing on Juan Mata for Tellez, which means they look to basically be gone 3 at the back. Elanga does well there. He wins a free on the edge of the box for United. Be looking like it's Dalot. Well, who's left at the defence? Dalot, Maguire and Lindelof to go maybe a 3 at the back. Ronaldo steps up. Come on now, Sue. Ronaldo. Oh! Sue! He is a genius. Time after time after time, we rely on that man this season. 21 goals now this season. What a free kick. And it's a hat-trick. And he'll be there next season. And he salutes the Stretford end. And the GOAT does it again. Looks like it's pure power, because he does go Tim Krul's side. Oh, does Tim Krul should have saved it, should he? It's goalkeeper side, yeah. Tim Krul should have saved it. It does seem to go through his fingers and off the post and in. But in the end, who cares? Yeah, keeper should be saving that all day. But Ronaldo does it again. Sue is out. She's brought her red dress to Old Trafford. And she's got herself a hat-trick. Now United, do me a favour. Don't fucking concede. Norwich have a corner here. They need to be wary. And a good header there by Lindelof. And a strike over the bar. I think Lindelof has been decent today. A good defensive header there for him. 3-1 in the FA Cup semi-final also with Liverpool and Man City. Sadio Mane with the third for Liverpool just before half time, and Jack Grealish scores to get one back right from the second half, basically from the kickoff. But yeah, United need to get control of this game now. 12 minutes to go. You know, obviously there's going to be a few minutes of injury time, but I mean, United to get out of this game with a win would be, De Gea. I mean, De Gea, you don't blame anyone else for that. I mean, you took too long on the ball and eventually kicked it out for, you're not quick enough with the ball at your feet. So don't be blaming anybody else. And Ralph Rangnick gesturing to the crowd, looking to get things going. But I mean, I don't know how much you really get from watching it through the television, but there doesn't seem to be an awful lot of atmosphere in Old Trafford today. Again, the protests, will take a lot of that out of it as well, but United keeping possession pretty well now the last minute or so. But this is what we need now. Just slow the game down and see the game out. Here's Rashford. Again, Mata pulls it back. But again from Rashford there, he takes a lot out of the ball, too much out of it. He needs to simplify his game. I think that's one of the things Ten Hag, will have his hands full with, is, getting the best out of Rashford, because he's not going to be leaving in the summer. So it's going to be interesting to see his development over the next 12 months. Here's Mata. Mata's done well since he came on, and Rashford gets to the end line, drills it across. Oh, it takes a deflection. And out for a corner for United. Rashford, he just has his head down. Now, look, I know it's not easy for him, again, being on the bench again today, but his confidence must just be through the floor. United take a short corner here. Fernandez steps inside, but it takes a shot. Oh, that was moving left to right. Tim Krul saves with his knees and puts it out for another corner. Fernandez with the cross. Too low of a cross, really. Norwich cleared their lines. But Mata there again does well. Hunts the ball down. Mata has done well since he came on. But again, you would be thinking that he'd be another one that... Oh, here's Ronaldo. Blocked by Norwich. But United have stepped up onto Norwich now since we've got the third goal. But you'd be thinking it'd be the opposite. You'd want United stepping up and putting pressure on when the game needs to be won. I'm not saying that the game is won now, but you have your 1-goal advantage. I suppose the best form of defence is attack, but here's where United are vulnerable, is on the counter-attack. And Norwich are counter-attacking quite fast. But, this one does trickle out and comes to nothing. But, yeah, you want to be hoping that United can see this game out. But again, we've been 1 goal away again from a bunch of bottle merchants. United throwing away a 2-0 lead. It's unacceptable, really, at Old Trafford. To Norwich, are bottom of the table. Like, we've made Norwich look like a pretty decent Premier League team today. And it's just, I think Ten Hag is going to have his hands full when he comes in, without a doubt. Big changes are needed in the summer. Norwich now are on the edge of the box with numbers. Looking for an opening for a shot. United defended well. But again, there Rashford, gets the ball at his feet, tries to do too much. Instead of laying the ball off and going again, he turns, tries to take on a man, loses it. It's just basics, really, like. Oh, Dalot, ball crossed in. Dalot chests it down to De Gea inside the own 6-yard box. But I mean, he must have a chest of steel because it was nearly like a shot. Come on now, Rashford, one-on-one. Get your head up there. Make up your mind. No, gives it away. Fernandez trying to get the crowd going there. I think he's putting an audition in for captain next season, which again I think is something else that Ten Hag is going to have to look at. Offside. Pins and needles for some reason. I mean, a little over 4 minutes to go. United move up to 5th. Yeah, 3 points behind Tottenham. Arsenal do have a game in hand on us on level points and level on goal difference. So, is top 4 gone? I think so. I'd be very surprised. We do have a tough run in. We have to play Arsenal. That game will be big, but I think we still have to play Liverpool. We still have to play Chelsea at Old Trafford as well. And if we're only scraping a result against Norwich with performances like this, we are going to drop points again before the end of the season. So I think a realistic target is Europa League. But stranger things have happened than United making top 4. United just keeping possession here. Norwich are in here. Dalot stands up, does well, clears his line. Norwich are still on the ball here. Has a strike wide. That wasn't a half chance. That was a proper chance there. But I mean, Dalot does dive in, and luckily enough to get something on the ball. But 5 minutes now added on. Mata, is such a classy footballer, in fairness. And he is he is a great role model and I suppose Langa does very well there. Good and strong for a small player like that. So Ronaldo's on the break down the left here. Now there's no panic. That's it. So United, yeah, he just turns around, keeps possession. But that's what United need to get better at now again next season is game management. I mean, this kind of thing of you know, all guns blazing. When look, you're 3-2 up. I understand it's Norwich, and you'd want to be scoring as many goals as you can. But look, 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes to go. Keep possession. Recycle the ball. Make sure you get the 3 points and get out of there. I need to start remembering to update these scores. I just get a bit excited, especially when Sue comes out. But yeah, United seeing this game out. Look, I mean, you'd be hoping United get the 3 points here. Not long left, but Old Trafford is emptying out fairly quickly. But look, I mean, it hasn't been a vintage performance by all means. But yeah, I mean, just see the game out and get your 3 points and try and build on it for next week. Let's see the actual fixtures. So yeah, I mean we're playing Liverpool Tuesday night, which we're going to be doing a watch along for that as well. Tuesday night 8 o'clock. So we have Liverpool coming, so I can't see us getting anything from that. It's at Anfield. I mean we've got a tough week ahead. We've got Liverpool on Tuesday, and then we have Arsenal in the Emirates on Saturday at 12:30. So, yeah, it's going to be, and then we're looking at Brentford, Brighton, and then Chelsea. So yeah, difficult week ahead, but you'd be hoping. It'd be great to go to Anfield and get something. Even if it was only a pint. But I know, look, we have to be realistic here. We're absolute light years away from Liverpool at the moment. Here's Mata. Takes a shot, blocked. But yeah, we're light years away from Liverpool at the moment. So I don't expect us to get anything on Tuesday night, but I would be hoping we can get something out of the Arsenal game next Saturday. But again, look, we'll see. It's been a common trait with United this season that you just don't know what team is going to turn up on any given day. Norwich are on the attack here, and he takes a shot and it's blocked by Lindelof again at the near post. And it's a throw to United. United should see it out here. Just over a minute to go. 30 seconds ago here, but Norwich are in possession. And again, Lindelof does very well there. Lindelof has played well today. Obviously, if we're talking man of the match candidates here, you'd be, Ronaldo has scored a hat-trick, so you can't really take it away from him. But I think other than that now, Lindelof has played very well. And that's the final whistle, 3 points. Ronaldo punches the air. He does it again. Sue has brought the red dress to Old Trafford today, and she's out in style. But yeah, good result for United. So, by all means, it wasn't a great performance by any stretch of the imagination, but job done. Again, Ronaldo done the job. If we're looking at players, 1 to 11, De Gea made a very good save early on in the first half, 1-on-1, but beaten at his near post for a goal today. So, again, he looked kind of uneasy a couple of times with the ball at his feet. Dalot, I thought, was solid enough. Didn't do anything wrong. Didn't set the world on fire either by, with his attacking play. Telles, likewise, on the left. Lindelof, like I said, I would probably give him man of the match if it wasn't for Ronaldo. Harry Maguire, just not good enough, really. You could say he was at fault for one of the Norwich goals. He steps out when he shouldn't have had, and leaves massive space in behind for Pukki to get in with an easy cross. He splits one of his own teammates open behind the ear with his studs from a corner. He's basically a fridge on wheels. He's just totally immobile. He's a fridge on legs. Sorry, he's immobile. He's slow. He can't play a high line. So anyway, that's enough about him. Pogba, standard from Pogba. Just, moments of flashiness and nutmeg, but no end product. Just I find him very slow to react. Just typical Pogba performance. Bruno Fernandes, again, trying to be creative, bag loads of energy, but tends to give the ball away a lot, and did again today. Tries a Hollywood pass when a short, maybe 10-yard ball is on to keep possession. So, but wasn't our worst player today by any stretch of the imagination. Three up top, I thought Langa done okay. Again, he's a young player. He's going to improve, especially under Ten Hag, I think. But yeah, I wouldn't be in any hurry to make any judgments about him. Sancho on the left didn't really do much today for me. There was chances where he was isolated 1-on-1. You would be expecting him to go at players more. He didn't. He tended to turn back every now and again, and when he did go 1-on-1, he tended to get the ball stuck under his feet. Ronaldo. What more can you say about Ronaldo? People are saying, he doesn't fit into a pressing style, and that may be right. But if you play a certain style, I don't think United do have a certain style, but he got you 3 goals today. So, obviously man of the match. If you put him in, and if you give him the right, I suppose, the right ball, the right support, he's going to score your goals. So, and then substitutions, Marcus Rashford, nothing when he came on, absolutely nothing. I wouldn't be, I wouldn't be even rating him. Just needs to get his head out of the sand. Do, just get through these games, get away on a holiday, come back with a fresh start next season. Matic done well when he came on. Again, like I said, he's probably our best defensive midfielder. He just can't play 90 minutes. But he will be leaving again at the end of the season. I thought Matt had done very well when he came on. His link-up play, got on the ball, tried to create. But, look, all in all, passive performance from United. If we play like this on Tuesday night against Liverpool, it's going to be another 5-0 loss. So, but yeah, great results there as well. The fact that Arsenal lost to Southampton. Arsenal are absolutely thrown away a top four here. They're doing everything in their power. So, United getting 3 points with both Spurs and Arsenal losing is good. Again, I do think we have the harder run, and I'm not getting my hopes up about top four. But yeah, look, 3 points. It's not the end of the world. It's not the worst weekend we've had. The performance wasn't great, but look, we'll take the result. Yeah, but look, that's it for today. That's the first watch along we've done on YouTube. We're going to be doing much more of them. We plan on doing. I plan on doing weekly videos every few days. Just based around United news. Coming into the end of the season. Also doing things like transfers and just basic all around United news. So yeah, hope you follow along. If you're watching, please hit a like on the video. It does help out the channel. If you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification. You'll know them when we go live. We're also on Instagram, United Community Channel on Instagram. We're also the same on TikTok. Again, this is only going to be our first one, so we're starting from scratch here. But do go over there and give us a follow if you want to see more. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.